नमः ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे यं प्रवचन्तम् अनुपेतमपेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरहकातर आहुजाव पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरवो विनेदुः सर्वभूतमात्मा हृदिमानतोऽस्मि यस्वानुभावम् अखिलश्रुतिसारमेकम् अध्यात्मदीपम् अतितितिर्षतां तमोन्दम् संसारिणां करुणयाः पुराणगुह्यं तं व्यासूनम् उपयामि गुरुमुनीनां मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरम् ध्रुवौवाच यो अन्तःप्रविश्य मम वाच इमां प्रसूक्तां सञ्जीवयत्य किल शक्तिधरस्वताम्नाम् अन्यां सहस्रचरणं श्रवणत्वगादीं प्राणां नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्. Shri Dhruva Maharaj ki jai. So probably today is a third session where we are discussing about the wonderful qualities of our hero. Dhruva is our hero. So through reading through the pastimes and activities of the devotees, and what are the learnings and what is the learning, so that we can also implement those principles and those the mood, attitude in our life, so that we can also progress in a bhakti. So that is the main the reason that we have taken the personality, Dhruva Maharaj's personality. So we are going very deeply, very deeply. We are studying the whole pastime as such to understand the greatness of our hero. Bhagavatam heroes. There are so many Bhagavatam heroes that we have to really go depth into that and try to understand all the wisdom, all the wonderful qualities, so that in our difficult times, in our distress times, that those teachings will really come to help. And really those principles, if we apply during our tough times, definitely we can pass through those tough times very easily, sail through the ocean very easily. So last session we discussed about how Narada Muni is trying to persuade Dhruva Maharaj in various ways to give up his determination, to give up his the desire to worship Lord Vishnu in the middle of some jungle or a forest. So he tells about the philosophy, he tells about the karma vada, he tells about the philosophy that you are not the body. We have to control all those the humiliations. That's what one becomes Paramahamsa or a great personality. Give away all those things. Go back to your home. And this is not the time for you to do all those things. Your time is there meant to now study and play. Know the world. Don't think about God now. So Narada Muni is trying to persuade Dhruva Maharaj that don't worry, give up all those things. Spiritual life is there. When you become old, when you're retired, when you have no one looking at you, then you look at the Lord. So that is the philosophy where the Narada Muni is requesting. Narada Muni is preaching Dhruva Maharaj. So further, when he got to know that Dhruva Maharaj's determination was so strong, so powerful, he was so stubborn that he wanted to please Lord Vishnu and get the position of his grandfather. Forget about his father. So seeing the passion and the fire with him, so then he agrees. Okay, now I will agree and I will accept you as my disciple, and then I will give my I will share all the information for you to achieve your goal. So then Narada Muni explains the glories of the Lord, his activities, his pastimes, his all those things, his beauty. Basically, last time we discussed about the beauty of the Lord. See, if you are to get attracted to something, it is a form which attracts to you. If iPhone 16 or 17 or 21, whatever it is, if it's attracting to you, if you already have some iPhone, if you're getting attracted to new because of the design, because of all those things, or you're getting attracted to the car, or you're attracted to the house, or attracted to something, it's only because you are attracted to that form. So that is more solid, so that we can start loving about it, start feeling about the pleasure by having it or thinking about it. So similarly, first Narada Muni explains the beauty of the Lord. So you all have, I will give one homework for all of you. So actually, I've done this many times. You should find out all the beautiful characteristics of Lord Vishnu, which is explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. Very beautiful. How Sukadeva Goswami is explaining the beautiful form of the Lord, his his footnail toenails, description of toenails, about his hairs, about his beauty, about his form, his bodily physics, everything so beautifully formed and nicely decorated with all the jewels, and like that he explains. And that made Dhruva so impressed that, my Lord, I never heard this before from my mother. And you are explaining this, such a wonderful thing. So please see, understand, if a uh, spiritual master is trying to explain us something, he's explaining with this realization. It is not simply a book knowledge. It's explaining with this realization, and that has a more effect in one's heart. So we have to understand this. So Narada Muni explains the beautiful form of Lord Vishnu, and then he explains about the beautiful character of Lord Vishnu. So beautiful. What is the beautiful Lord's character? How he is so affectionate to his devotees. How is he is so much merciful to his devotees. He gives so many examples, so many activities that, the beautiful, because in material world, yes, beautiful form of a girl, beautiful form of a boy, beautiful form of something which attracts us, the form. But if at all, if you want to get real affection or attachment, affection can be known. See, we may appreciate someone's beauty, but we may not get affection for the person. Affection can the person only when you have developed relationship with that person. So, the result of but why? Because of the character, the beautiful character. If you are attracted to the beautiful character of that person, then affection also comes, attachment also comes. So attraction, affection, and attachment is what three things we have to know here. So if at all, if you want to get attracted to Krishna's form, you have to really understand what Krishna's form looks like through the texts of Srimad Bhagavatam. When you read Srimad Bhagavatam and try to make points, write down. Unless and you don't write down, you will very difficult to even meditate. So Lord has given such a wonderful technique. That's what in the beginning, when the school days, we have been told to repeat. First you write, repeat, write, repeat, write, repeat. So while this, when you start doing, then automatically you can remember the beautiful form immediately. Because what happens, we have been so much conditioned, we have been so much of stress and distress, so much of the troubles, problems are cluttered in our mind, and very difficult to really start appreciating the Lord's form. So, just like last time I said, Chaitanya Prabhu, first when he saw Jagannath Puri, first time immediately he fall unconscious. And he was unable to bear the beauty of the Lord. He became unconscious. So, like that, we have to really appreciate the beauty of the Lord and the character. And this way, Dhruva Maharaj heard all this thing from Narada Muni, and he carefully heard, because he's hearing from this guru, and he very carefully heard. As so, he describes the beautiful form of the Lord Vishnu, and he tells you have to meditate upon this beautiful form. And Dhruva was so much captivated, and he had never heard such kind of description from his mother before. And now he is able to hear that beautiful description. See, small boy, right? And it will be very, so we might have seen so many movies or so many God's movies, or Lord looks like this, with Shankar Chakra, Gada, Padma, flute, or you might have seen here, there, heard stories, so many things, right? But small boy was so attentive in hearing that, so attentive. And basically, it was because of that attentiveness, his all desires was fulfilled. So the beautiful character of the Lord was discussed, beautiful personality of the Lord was discussed, and all those things. And immediately after hearing the from the mouth of Narada Muni, Dhruva fell in love with Lord. He fell in love with Lord. See, in previous times, nowadays we have photo, we have videos, we have online communication, we can discuss and we can talk, right? Previously, when the boy and girl has to get married, so some rich people they used to make paint to have make some paintings, some paintings, and paintings used to they used to there was no Xerox, there was no photocopier, things like that. So one painting they used to give to the boy side. So this is a girl, this is how my daughter looks like, so whether your son likes this, so they used to share that photo. Probably they should when the marriage when that relationship was not you know getting through, so probably they used to take back the photos, I think so, because how many photos you will make? Painting is a big tough job, and everyone doesn't has that the talent to make the painting as it is. Then you look so beautiful in that. So so just imagine. So that painting has to be done, and then that photo was sent to the boy side, and the boy side will say, oh, this girl is so beautiful. So then they used to agree things like that. That is one of the parameter they used to have. So here the fall in love. So now Dhruva Maharaj fall in love with the Lord. Just imagine, by just hearing that. So they used to say, so the girl knows singing, girl knows cooking, girl knows she is very beautiful, white, fair skinned, and her hairs are thick black and long hairs, and well built body, and she and things like that they used to explain. And the boys side, oh acha, oh acha acha, they used to. So actually the boys and girls side, what they used to see only during that Tare Mahotsava, in Kannada they call it Tere. They used to put one cloth between the boy and girl, and they will chant the Mangala Ashtaka. So like Savadhana, Sumahota, Savadhana, Shri Lakshmi Narayana Dhyana, Savadhana, like that they will chant. So then the boy will be excited how my girl is going to look like, and the girl will be saying how my boy is, my husband is going to look like. So immediately when they open the screen, so they see each other first time, and then they garland. Till then, only the photo is to be there. Only the painting is not photo. Painting is to be there. And girls and boys side used to have discussion, all those things, and they used to come to consensus, and they used to get through the marriage, go through the marriage. So here, Dhruva Maharaj, he fell in love with the Lord just by hearing. Similarly, fell in love with the Lord by hearing when Narada Muni's wonderful description. See, a potent, just like that, a potent man and a potent woman come together, they can have a child. That's what Prabhupada says. If there is no, there is if there's no some problem in either of them, there's no children. So a potent guru, a acharya, a very potent acharya who can instill the seed of bhakti in the soil of devotee's heart. The heart soil also should be very soft and not manure. Everything should be mixed, and it should be free from all the weeds and things like that. A good soil, then automatically the Bhakti Lata will grow. So he fell in love with the Lord by just by hearing the activities and pastimes of Narada, like what he described. So Lord is, we have to understand, uh, Lord is a fulfiller. He fulfills all of our desires. And but you have to keep in mind that he's not our order supplier. So Nardamuni was so much cognizant. He was knowing that Dhruva Maharaj has this material desire. He has a material desire, but still personally he guided Dhruva in meditating the form of the Lord. So Nardamuni inspired the boy Dhruva Maharaj to become a sincere devotee just by explanation. So very importantly, you understand, because generally what we see, We want to get some work done. So we'll go to some astrologer, we'll go to some temple, you do some pradakshina, you do some puja, you do some homa, you do some dana, you do some things. So for what? For a material benefit. Thinking that, oh, you do all those things. There is a Lord sitting there. He supplies it. He orders supplier. You would give this to him. Generally, people, my Lord, if my work done, I will do a silver kavacha for you. If you done, you will do this thing. So will do like that. So he is not like that. Whether you give or not give, your bhakti is what matters. Your mood is what matters. So even so, he fulfills all everyone's desire. So here, even though Narada Muni knew the desire, the ambition of Dhruva, that it was an impure motive. The motive was very impure one. So even so, Narada Muni was very much was confident that chanting the name of Lord Vishnu, he'll be completely free from all of his material desires. It is very much true. So even with material desire, if one worship Vishnu, he will be purified. This example, you see, you take any asuras, Ravana, Kumbhakarna, Hiranyakashipu, and Bakasura, or Trinavarta, whichever asuras you take, Vishnu has killed, Krishna has killed, the Bhaumasura, or so many asuras are there, right? So all the asuras, they all worshipped Shiva, because Shiva is Ashutosha. Very easily we can please him. So Shiva, they worship Shiva, and but they never forgot their material desire. Uh, they wanted to fulfill their material desire, they worship Shiva. But even if you have material desire, if you worship Lord Vishnu, your material desires will be completely vanished. You will forget it. You think I don't want it. You show you almost how many of you listening here. So if you 19 people, 19, 20 people are listening today. You tell me any one instance where a Asura is worshipping Lord Vishnu, and when Lord Vishnu appeared and he prayed for to fulfill his material desire. So there's nothing like that. So only Lord Shiva, they pray, or other demigods, they pray, so that their material desire should be fulfilled. But here, akama sarvakama va moksha kama udardhi tivrena bhakti yogena. So when you do tivra bhakti, intense desire, intense sincere desire, sincere devotion to Lord Vishnu, and all your material desires will be completely purified. And this is a very good example here. Whereas other demigods and all those things, what will happen? They may give material things, but you will not progress in bhakti. Whereas here, when you worship Lord Vishnu, along with your material desire, he will also help you progress in your bhakti. So, so we have to understand Lord is not a desire fulfiller, or a he is a giver. He is not something he order supply. We have to understand this. So there is a loving relationship that we have to establish. That's what right from the beginning, from the first day of ISKCON life, that we have been taught how to develop that loving reciprocation with the Lord. Not to fulfill our desire. None of us have come to ISKCON to fulfill our desire. Okay, I will go to ISKCON, I'll fulfill my desire. No. So Narada Muni is then further Narada Muni, he explained the wonderful mantra. That's a special mantra, and he did the upadesha of that mantra, and he told Dhruva Maharaj to chant that mantra, meditate on that mantra. That mantra is called as a Dwadashakshara mantra. So please understand, there's a Panchakshara mantra. You know Panchakshari. What is it? Om Namah Shivaya, Panchakshari. So Ashtakshara mantra is there. It's called as a Om Namo Narayanaya. So the Ashtakshara mantra. And there is a Dwadashakshara mantra. What is the 12 number mantra? Is a Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So this is 12. And the Shodashakshari mantra is there. Shodashakshari mantra is Hare Krishna, sorry, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So you have to understand this Dwasakshari mantra is also very powerful mantra. Don't underestimate it. Just like Hare Krishna mantra, how it is very powerful. Om no Bhagavate Vasudevaya. The Bhagavatam starts with this the verse, this sloka. So this word, the 12 syllable word, was given Upadesha to Dhruva Maharaj. And when this Narada then further explained how to meditate this wonderful the name of the Lord. So what your procedure you have to follow, and all those things he told. It's very important thing what you have to notice here is Narada Muni is also explaining to Dhruva Maharaj to chant the names of the God, and that is the best means to establish our connection with the God. We can connect with the Lord with the vibration which we can do from it. So tongue is such a wonderful organ of our body which we can create vibrations, isn't it? So in hand also we can create, but it's one type. But in tongue, so many varieties you can do. You can bark like a dog. You can howl like a cow, or you can talk like some. You can do mimicry, or ventriculolist. They call something, right? There'll be a doll next to them, and they'll be talking without moving their lips, and the doll will be talking ventriculist or something they call. So we can make so many nice voices, right? So this the tongue water, that's what chanting is very, very powerful. The technique and a tool for us to get connected to Lord. So our heart and we'll connected to Lord's heart by the wonderful chanting. So chanting is so here he also is explaining that chanting how to chant. So Narada Muni he instructed, and apart from instructing, he also told Narada Muni also explain him how to meditate, the procedure, how you have to sit, how we have to do. So he explains that you have to make a idol of a lord, a deity of a lord. So see, 5 years old boy. So he told you make a deity of a lord. So physical form of the lord is also very much important. So because a deity is not different from the lord. So that we can offer flowers, so that we can offer fruits, and we can eat. Because a boy, he has to offer food and water and everything, whatever available, and he can't offer to the sky and sun, things like that. And the saligram also is not there. So where you bring all those things? Better. So Narada Muni, he told him, you make the form of the Lord. And every day you offer this, because you go to Rundavan and the Madhuvan is near Rundavan. So Tulsi Man, much is available. So take Tulsi from there, and you offer fruits and water, and you honor that, and along with that you chant this mantra. So Dhruva, after attentively hearing all the procedures of meditation, the process of meditation, he started his journey. So started meditating. So he went to the Madhuvana there. There he took bath in the river Yamuna. So he was practically, just imagine this 5 years old boy. He was so much determined. One pointed attention. Is Tatsmat ekena manasa shotravya kititavya smrtavya chetasa bhyam. So one pointed attention is what important. So Tasmat ekena manasa. So very much important. One pointed attention. So that then immediately then Narada, after initiating him, so Narada left, and Dhruva proceeded towards Madhuvana, and he was so much committed, and he was very sincere to his guru, and he what all he heard sincerely he started following it, and he went and the so he went to the Madhuvana. There he took bath in Yamuna. Then that day he fasted. That Bhagavatam goes to that level. That day he fasted and started meditating about the Lord. The next day started meditating about the Lord. And very much important here. See, Narada, he inspired Prahlad Maharaj. Narada inspired, even when he was in the womb of his mother, Narada inspired Dhruva. Narada inspired Mrugari. Narada inspired so many devotees, isn't it? To become pure devotees of Krishna. So Narada, actually, we all should pray to Lord Narada. We don't have a temple of Narada Muni. So we all should really pray to the form of the Lord Narada, who was holding a veena. Narada Muni bajai veena, Radhika Ramana gane, Nama amani udita aya, Bhakata Gita sane. Narad Muni bajai veena, Radhika Ramana gane. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur Maharaj has beautifully made a lot of songs praying to Lord Narada. So if you worship Lord Narada, you will be completely free from all your material attraction and affections of the family. But be aware, aware. If you worship Lord Narada, you may leave house. You may become sannyasi or sannyasini. So, but you should try to balance. So you should worship Lord Narada means you will become a missionary, like that. So here Narada Muni. So after explaining everything, so on the other side, he wanted to know what Uttanapada in the palace, what is he thinking? So he wanted to understand the situation. So how Uttanapada want to want to react? What is his reaction is? So he wanted to know. Narada Muni wanted to know Uttanapada. So he's a responsible guru, not simply okay you preach and go. No, no, he's going and giving a message to his father. So this is what's happened. Don't worry. So then he goes to Narada, goes to the palace, and there immediately upon seeing the Narada's appearance there, so he with all the hospitality, with all the honors, Narada he washes Narada's feet. Uttanapada washes Narada's feet and give all the upacharas to Narada, and finally he starts speaking. So that very importantly you have to understand here, Narada also immediately did not ask him what has happened, but seeing the mood of the people around and the place in the palace, and Uttanapada, he was very morose, very depressed, and he was really was not in a position to, with all the bliss, with all the happiness, he was not fully offering his offerings to Narada Muni while he was worshipping Narada Muni. So that Narada Muni noticed, and he says, what has happened? I feel something uh, different in you. What has happened to you? So immediately then Uttarapada started explaining that this is what happened and this is what happened. Actually, I behave very insensitively, and I'm very stone-hearted person. And he started condemning himself. And he's saying that I acted as such like a irresponsible father, a irresponsible king, and it is such a bad thing that he was really regretting his actions. That my son has left and gone. I don't know where he has gone, what is going to do, what is going to eat, where is going to stay. And there'll be in the forest, there'll be a lot of the wild animals. It's just because I had so much of attachment to my younger wife, and all these things happened. I was blinded completely. So he started realizing his mistake, and he wanted to rectify that. So very importantly, Narada Muni wanted the Uttanapada to put out his all his stress and the struggles which is undergoing. So similarly, very importantly, we have to understand is a Narada Muni is showing how a empathetic person should be. One is sympathetic, one is empathetic. You can be sympathy showing to someone by giving something, but empathy is more important than sympathy. So empathy is really you are trying to help him from the root cause, right from the root cause. And we should hear if someone is going undergoing a lot of problems and stress and struggles, you have to patiently hear from them first, not trying to give them just like your book distribution are going to do. And when you go to books, sir, take this Bhagavad Gita, everything, all question, all answers are there available in this book. All your problems will be solved, and that, and you just tell. So then, what he will feel? And okay, he may take Bhagavad Gita, one page, two page, one chapter he may read, and finally he says, "I'm not getting any answers from this book. I have family problem, I have social problem, I have money problem." So what? So he will think and he will give it up. But when you empathetically start hearing him, sir, how are you? So nice. So that you have come to this counter or to this place, or please take this, or at least touch Bhagavad Gita. So, this Bhagavad Gita is such a wonderful book given by Lord Krishna. So do you have any problems with you? Do you have any struggles or the pains which you are undergoing, sufferings undergoing? And then he will tell, yes, yes, I'm going through a lot of pains and all those things. Acha, what? So hear from him says for 5 minutes or 6 minutes, 5 minutes, this thing, big thing. And if he puts out everything and you patiently you hear, actually that is very much lacking in the medical field now. So doctors, they have so much patients lined up. They want to make money because they have invested so much in their education, things like, or building a hospital. So they have to get back all the money. So they hardly ask. But when I was very small, probably you might also have experience. There was to be a family doctor where he is a ophthalmologist, he is a orthodontist, he is a skin specialist, he is everything. One doctor. After that, all this diversification came. So after such diversification also, the doctors hardly listens from you. So similarly, okay, what is the problem? Okay, you tell them just a problem, and they will ask you, where, what did you eat yesterday or day yesterday? Where did you go? What did you, where did, whom did you meet? What did you touch? Nothing they will ask. So the empathetic hearing is not at all there. Half of our problem will be solved when the doctor hears, because the conviction and faith which is in heart, and actually in Bible there's a verse, faith shall cure you. If you go to Nana Netralaya in the outside, the faith shall cure you. So first you out of the faith of a doctor that he is empathetic hearer. Then when you start hearing him, then automatically, then you have so much of confidence in him. And with that confidence, you take whatever medicine he gives, then or you start reading Bhagavad Gita, but you feel, oh, that man heard so much of my problems. Who will listen? Huh? So then he is empathetic, and then he has so much of favor for the preacher, and he wants to read whole Bhagavad Gita. This would happen. So very much important here. So when here Uttanapada is trying to realize his mistake and he's trying to rectify that. So many times it so happens, even if you want to rectify our mistake, even if you want to, we have realized our mistake, you want to rectify that mistake, but there will be no opportunity for us to take forgiveness. It might have passed away. So very much important that that is a spur of a moment, or it is a some time, which comes in our life. That time we should act. If you don't act, that will pass off. Then there's no opportunity for us to seek forgiveness from anyone, because the time has passed out. So we may correct our mistake to avoid that, but someone's we might have created a scar in someone's heart. So that is very much important, that sometimes people, oh, I should have done like this, or I should not have done. Just like in exam, right? In exam, after giving the paper, and time is over, after giving the paper, and you come outside of the examination hall, and you cannot modify anything, right? So even though you might have realized, oh, I used the wrong formula for this mathematical problem, or just like when you're doing cooking, you forgot and you put 2 times salt, and you can't really go back and correct it. Isn't it salt? Whatever you may put aloo and boil it and remove the aloo, and so many things they come YouTube. We go, so if salt happen more in the food, what to do? But still it will be salty only, more salty only. So if there's opportunity for us to take forgiveness, seek forgiveness, but if you that time has gone off, so very difficult. We'll not get that again. So we have to rectify those mistakes, and right at that point of moment, you have to correct it. Else, we can't modify. Just like give example of that examination paper, isn't it? So they say the time, sometimes time wasted and the words spoken are like arrows. So they say there is a statement that times spent and the words spoken are like arrows. So once you leave them, so it can't be retracted. It can't be taken back. Or just like bullet. Once you trigger it, it's gone. You can't take it back. So we should learn to act appropriately. We have to understand this. See, father's duty was that he has to act appropriately, and as a king, he has to appropriately has to act. But time has gone now. The son has lost. Just imagine. So we should be very, very careful that we should not make any mistakes in our life. Even the great souls like the Uttanapada, he is regretting for his mistakes. So please understand, this doesn't mean that is the end of the world. We may make a lot of mistakes. So it isn't a mistake. See, we very importantly we have to understand it is not a mistake to make a mistake. It is nature of this world. But it is a mistake to intentionally repeat the same mistake is the problem. So I repeat again, it is not a mistake to make mistakes. It's not a mistake to make mistakes. But but it is a mistake to intentionally repeat the same mistake. That is a great mistake. That we have to understand. We have to learn from that. So that is a failure of our life. So we have to learn from mistakes, one thing is, and we should be cautious not to repeat the same mistake in the future. And this is the only scope for us to improve in our life. So we have to, first and foremost, we have to accept the failures in our life with the right spirit, and and also be cautious so that we don't do the same mistake again. So this is very much important in our life, because many relationships break. Many the relationships or good faith with someone all breaks over a period of time. It's all because of we might also contribute to that mistake. So a honest person, only a honest person regrets. Very much important. Generally it happens when you're driving a car or something and you horn, and there'll be a auto driver. Recently it happened. Auto driver will be going front, and he gets so agitated. I don't know what is will be happening in his life, a wife problem, family problem. He gets agitated, and he goes at one corner. He stops that and comes outside, start yelling, start yelling. And just whoosh, no one is going to give attention to you. Why you are simply spoiling the time and spoiling the whole scenario there? Just someone because someone has honked before behind you. So it is so petty, right? Isn't it? So Hare Krishna, please mute yourself. So here Uttanapada is repenting for the wrongdoing what he has done. So we have to understand the best way to is to act appropriately. The first one, to whichever situation is there. So if you could not act appropriately, if you have done a mistake, second one is you should regret it later. So it is better to regret for our whatever bad behavior is. But the third one is, if you don't regret it, if you start justifying for your actions, it is worst. It is worst to justify our impulsive behavior, our actions. We should not disown our responsibilities. So we have to, very much important in our life, that first is appropriate actions. Actually, we should be very careful in all our actions and dealings, everything in any single point of situation. And if you do some mistake by chance, you regret it and try to rectify it. And but the third one is you should not justify it. It is the worst thing. Justifying it, denying it, and all those things. And this will not help you in any way. So we have to keep in mind. So when Uttanapada is trying to go through this phase, that he has rectified his mistake, and he is expressing that struggle and the pain which is undergoing to Narada Muni, and he wants Narada Muni to give some consent, some good words, and so that his heart will be pacified. Because never in the life it has happened such in the his previous ancestors have never done such a thing. He is a big disgrace to his whole clan, family clan, isn't it? As a king, so he is very much regretting. So he is inquiring. So from Narada Muni, what I should do? This things has happened in my life. So one thing is Narada Muni allows Uttanapada to express his emotions. The second one is when Uttanapada is expressing his difficulties and all those things, that he has done a mistake and he is regretting for it, and he is eager to correct for that. And now, Narada Muni is trying to help him to what you should do, what you should do. So then Narada Muni, he explains to him that nothing to worry, don't worry. Even though, uh, don't worry about the things which has happened. And in fact, I met Dhruva Maharaj, Dhruva, in the forest, and he is very intelligent and he has a common sense. Don't worry, and he has right thing to do, and I have guided him, and nothing to worry, and he will be returning back. Shortly, he will be returning back. See, Narada Muni only that time he gives assurance to Uttanapada that don't worry about his whereabouts. He's there. He's there in Madhuvana, but I'm not going to tell you where exact place it is. He's somewhere. Madhuvana was such a big place. So, but he reveals that he's in Madhuvana, but don't disturb him. Don't try to go with the army and try to go there and things like that. So don't worry about the lions, tigers, and all those things. Don't worry. So everything is okay, and he will definitely return back. He's going to achieve his goal, and he's going to return back. And Lord Vishnu is personally has guided me to meet Dhruva and then explain him the process of achieving the Vishnu's grace. So don't worry. So, and this way he started explaining the things that shown that he'll be completing all of his austerities and he'll be coming back. Don't worry. Be have you're assured. Don't worry, he will come back. So that was a sense of the assurity when in Uttanapada was very much powerful that he was so sufficed. He was so contented. He was so happy about hearing about his son's the steps where he is going, what he's going to do. So he was so hopeful that definitely that Narada Muni has said, and my son will come. So on the other hand, we have to understand here what happened to Dhruva Maharaj. So Dhruva Maharaj underwent a severe austerity for 6 months. He went for 6 months. He underwent a severe austerity. We have to understand here. One is of determination, that our endeavor and determination. One is determination to achieve that. Second one is endeavor. Third one is the sanction of the Lord, because one cannot be successful without the sanction of the Lord. So for that properly we have to pray to the Lord. So prayer is very much necessary. So prayer in terms of chanting Hare Krishna mantra, praying in terms of reading Srimad Bhagavatam. So I request all of you. We are 23 members here, including me. So okay, 22 members here, that you make your own prayers. Read from the Bhagavatam, Kunti Mane prayers, Dhruva Maharaj prayers, Prahlad Maharaj prayers, Gajendra's prayers, so prayers of Hastinapur, the women's of Hastinapur, prayers of women's of Dwaraka, prayers of Devaki, prayers of some rishis, prayers of some kings, prayers of so many prayers. Bhagavatam is full of prayers. Actually, Bhagavatam is there for us to learn how to pray to God. So please understand, Bhagavatam is not simply a storybook. Some katha, some to do is there. No, Bhagavatam is telling us how we should pray to the God, how the procedure to pray to the God. So Sukadeva Maharaj's prayers, and Sutta Goswami's prayers, and Arjuna's prayers, Bhishma's prayers, the Yaksha's prayers, Kinnara's prayers, the Gandharva's prayers. So many prayers are there. Bhagavatam is full of prayers by women devotee, by children, by men devotees, by animals, by prostitutes. All prayers are there in Bhagavatam. So we should. So one more task for all of you is you should make your own prayers. Don't be so lazy. So you should make, if you have done already there's no prayers from the Bhagavatam, wonderful. So what is the prayers? You should read this prayers of at least not so many, at least for to start begin with, because we are all being held up with so many other social activities and we are tied up with our family life and social life, things like that. But whenever you get time, please make sure that you read those prayers and you form your own prayers in English or Kannada or Hindi, Telugu, whatever it is. You form your own prayers, not in Sanskrit, maybe not Sanskrit. You form your own prayers, write down and repeat it every day and memorize it. And when you see the Lord, you just pray that, my Lord, like this, like this, like this, like this. So you should all take this as a task. So don't be lazy in that. You should learn how to pray to God. That Bhagavatam teaches us in lot of these prayers. So after Narada instructing Dhruva Maharaj in such a way, so Dhruva, he started meditating the next day and started worshipping Lord Vishnu very sincerely, and he started restricting. So the first month itself, he restricted eating only fruits, only some berries. So what berries available in the forest? See, very difficult here. If you go to the forest, you have to the monkeys or the animals. No, they search whole day. Animals, what they do? They search whole day for what? Eating. Where is my food? Where is my water? What is my this? And so here, Dhruva Maharaj was, just imagine, whatever which was available in the forest. See, forest is not full of berries and fruits, unless only you make a farm. If a farm, then you will get all the fruits and vegetables, whatever plants are there, you want it with it. But in the forest, the thousands of trees will be there. Some berry plant will be there, or some kandamula phala will be there. Kandamula phala means undergrown gedde genusu, the tubers. So those tubers will be there. So he didn't wanted to waste even a single moment of his life, single second of his life, and he wanted to completely worship Lord Vishnu and this way. So whatever simply available, and some fruits or berries, and he used to eat only those things. And that too what? That they say it's a kapitta pala and a bela pala. Kapitta means it's very, very bitter fruit. It's like poisonous fruit. So if you want to eat that, you have to put some salt and some chili powder, and then you have to eat like that. So he used to eat. There's very salt, very chili powder there. So he used to eat those, and only once in 3 days he used to eat. Just imagine, so sincere tapasya austerity he used to do. Yeah. So in this way, he spent eating only this such kind of the berries. In this way, he practiced it for 1 full month, eating berries once in 3 days. So in the second month, so second month was there, so 6 months total. In second month, what happened? So Dhruva's second month, he saw that, see, so much time is going for me to go and pluck some fruits or berries or some kandamula phala. So it is taking a lot of time. Why to waste time? So second month, he decided that let me survive on some dry grass and leaves. So can we leave eating the leaves? Forget about tulsi leaves. Tulsi leaves may eat. Nimba, the neem leaves can we eat? We can't eat leaves. And some leaves in the forest, which is not washed, which is not this thing. We don't know what that leaves are really helpful for. And dry grass. Used to eat the dry, can we eat the dry grass? So the Dromas didn't want to spend time in searching for food. So second month, so he started eating the dry grass and the leaves. So that too once in 6 days. So he used to eat some berries, that bitter fruits once in 3 days. And he was thinking once in 3 days also searching for something is so difficult. Let me eat only the dry grass and the leaves which is available around here, around my path to Yamuna and my place here to worship. And I will worship and eat once in 6 days. So he started worshipping. So without wasting even a moment searching for food or other things, Dhruva becomes so much absorbed in worship of Lord Vishnu. So just imagine worship Lord Vishnu is not so easy. For Ekadasi, if you tell for tomorrow is Ekadasi, not tomorrow. If there is a 3 days or there's a 3 days to Ekadasi, then immediately from day today now only you start thinking what I should do, what I should eat on Ekadasi, how I can think like that. So we'll be thinking some 2 days, 3 days, 2 days, or one day before what I should do on Ekadasi. Here, Dhruva Maharaj is thinking, why to waste time in searching for some berries or searching for some, the leaves and all those things. So in third month, what he did, he increased his also austerity. What he did is simply, okay, this dry leaves and the dry grass and leaves is taking a lot of time for me to chew. So chew, and eat. And after that, eating after some time, that to once in 6 days, he used to eat. And he has to go and, we have to clear his stomach, his bowl. So that time is also going. So much time is going. What should I do? Let me simply drink water. And once in 9 days. So 3 days he used to eat fruits for first month. Second month, once in 6 days, he used to eat the dry grass and the leaves. And the third month, he started drinking only water once in nine days. So this he was so much wrapped in attention of Lord Vishnu, always thinking about Lord Vishnu. Just imagine a small boy, so much determination he had. And in the fourth month, what happened? He was thinking that, oh, I have to even take water and drink, and I have to go for nature's call. He has to go. Again, he was thinking. So Dhruva Maharaj, he practiced his sadhana so intensely, that he intensified so much that he mastered in pranayama, and he stopped drinking water also for 9 days. He stopped drinking water also. So now he started. He by the time by 4 months he mastered. In the fourth month he mastered in the pranayama techniques, in the breathing techniques. That exercise he practiced. So he would inhale air. So he should inhale the air once in 12 days. Can you imagine? Once in 12 days he practiced it. Once in 12 days, like that he inhaled. That's all. Once in 12 days, and you took only air as his food. That once in 12 days. And by the fifth month, what happened? Dhruva meditation reached to the pinnacle. So he completely controlled even his breathing. He became so perfect yogi that he started standing only on one leg. And he started concentrating on the form of the Lord Vishnu so much, so deep. Actually, when you go to the Himalayas and things like that, actually the air, the oxygen level is very less. When you go more above top, right, the oxygen level is very less. So sadhus, they have controlled that, but they stay in the Himalayas and they controlled it, and they breathe very rarely. They have controlled the procedure of the controlling the breath techniques, because they say our life is dependent on how many breaths we take, not how many years we live. So similarly, he continued to the chanting, continued to meditate upon the name of Lord Vishnu, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, chanting continually, and his sincere meditation, sincerely meditation helped him to really solidify all the things which I had heard from Narada Muni, and the beautiful form of the Lord, and the pastimes and activities, characters of the Lord. He was completely self-controlled. He was completely self-controlled. His sense was completely self-controlled. Senses were complete. There was no kind of agitations of any sense objects around him. Correct. And generally, what happens? The greatest obstacle in our spiritual life is what? Is sense objects, isn't it? So that is one thing. Our eyes want to see something. Our ears want to hear some pleasant music or sound. Our hands want to touch something very soft objects. Our nose want to smell some fragrant smell, isn't it? And our tongue wants to taste some palatable dishes like that. So in this way, we are constantly tortured. Humans are constantly tortured and tormented by the agitations, sensual attractions, and this is nothing but the distraction for our spiritual practice. So here, going to a forest and trying to restrict all those things, definitely there is a lot of sense control. There's a sense control which is there with him. So see, the most importantly, even though sense objects may not be maybe not in front of us, but the most greatest obstacle for humans is to control our mind from all these distractions. So that is a very much great thing that we have to really think about. So because senses become distracted only when mind gets distracted, right? So first the mind gets distracted. When mind is distracted, and then senses also start getting distracted, distracting us from the spiritual path. So we have to understand sense. When the sense come in contact with the sense object, then it creates the lot of pleasant and unpleasant moments. That impression called vasanas, we call the impressions in our heart. So the beginning of our the sense pleasure is the mind. So that is the greatest thing. That so here mind, such a thing that Dhruva Maharaj, he controlled it. When the sense control, so sense control is possible when you do mind control, because mind, it is a storehouse of millions of trillions of impressions which we have. So many impressions are there, because that's called Ganapati. So I was learning somebody, what is Ganapati? Ganapati means Gana Adipati. Adipati means he is the master of Ganas. What is a Gana? Very beautifully is explained. Ganana antva Ganapatigam havamahe kaming kavina shvamas jesthara. So it says, oh, what beautiful it says. So what is that? That when we see some objects, then we categorize it. Such a wonderful sign it is. See, when you see a pen, so I categorize this as a pen. I know this categorize means what? It is meant for writing. It is meant for making notes, and it has an ink. So I have full information of this pen. So if I say this is a book, then I know this is a book, and this is meant for writing, make notes, and made of paper and things like white and all those things. So similarly, when about a car or the house or the girl or a boy or a old man so we categorize it everything. We have so many boxes in our the mind. So we start putting it everything in those boxes. So whenever we want it, and we just open it and we enjoy that inside that boxes. Means immediately when you think about eating puliyogre, immediately you get, oh, puliyogre, the smell is like this, or the taste is like this, the color is like this, and the texture is like this. So immediately, so it categorizes. So Ganapati is such a adhipati of Ganas, that he gives energy for the jivas to categorize what are he seeing around him. So when you just go through this outside world, an image, just imagine when you just swap through or swap through the image. Hmm? when you see through the some image or some incident or something, immediately so many things you will be capturing, and those captured it be categorizing into certain boxes, and it be going and filling there here and there and all those things. So similarly here, the mind is a storehouse. It is storehouse of millions of trillions of impressions, of what mental impressions. So whenever the things come, it immediately pop out. It's a lust, immediately it pop out. The box will be open, immediately it will pop out. All idea and experience all will pop out. And anger, immediately it pop out. And envy, immediately it pop out. So such a great science, right? So so very much important. These things, it distracts a person from his goal. So when the mind and senses are controlled, and that is a real success for a sadhaka, so that he can, what all endeavor he is putting there, and everything will be successful. Otherwise, in whatever endeavor we put, whatever struggles we put to practice and progress in spiritual life, lot of distractions are trying to pull us back, trying to disturb us, trying to break the chain. So very much important. So although Dhruva was so much immature, and he was not, just imagine as a young boy, how you can tell him control your senses, control your mind. First of all, you're thinking, what is my control? So he was completely controlled his senses and mind. So then when he was doing this for all the 6 months, completely, he was completely, he was completely purified from all of his selfish desires, and he completely he was captured in the love of Krishna, love of God, and he was completely free from all the contamination from his heart, and he completely was completely free from that. So very much important. So even if Lord wants to come and stay in your heart, see, if if we want to stay somewhere, so if you want to sit somewhere, you sit near where clean place is there, right? You don't go and sit in a dirty place, right? So similarly, Lord also prefers to reside and sit in the clean place. That heart should be clean. It should be devoid of all the greed. It should be devoid of all the envy. It should be devoid of all the pride. So then Lord will come and reside in your heart. Otherwise, how not we ourselves will not sit in on the place, no dirty place. So similarly, here we have to understand, if Lord wants to sit in our heart, that we have to understand that our heart should be made clean. So here Dhruva Maharaj, Dhruva Maharaj, even though, so very much important, tapasya. Why should we should have tapasya? Okay, Prabhuji, eat nicely, drink nicely. Well, Krishna Prasadam will eat nicely. Drink also nice Krishna Prasadam, and do all. No, it doesn't come like that. So Vairagya Vidya, Nija Bhakti Yoga, Samanya Meta Purushanunam. So very much important. Bhakti Yoga means Vairagya should be there. And the Dhruva Maharaj is a hero for us. He is the exemplary character for us to really learn, how we should be steadfast in our achieving in our goal. That is very much important. So when Dhruva Maharaj was standing in only one leg, and basically what happened, he started putting pressure all of his body in his toenails, in his just he started pushing. It so happened without his notice, when he was standing only on his toenails in one leg, he just pushed the earth. He just pushed the earth, and the earth started shaking, and earth and it started wobbling. So, very much important. Please understand, Dhruva, who was carrying the Lord in his heart, just like we all carry the Lord in our heart. So, when he is doing so much of tapasya, the Lord, who is Anoraniya Mahato Mahiyan, he is a he is atom of the atom, and is the biggest object of the universal cosmos, cosmic things. So Lord, in his heart becomes very heavy. So the entire earth started shaking, and there's all the devatas was thinking, what has happened? Just like Hiranyaksha, and Hiranyaksha, he took the mother earth and put inside the Garbhodaka ocean. So then similarly, you have to understand here, even when Dhruva Maharaj was doing so much of tapasya, so much of austerity, so he had the same power. He had the same power to probably to take the earth wherever you want. So we are is example. See, when we are going in airplane, those who are have example of, those who are, the hundreds of people travel in airplane, right? So there's maybe 150 people or 200, 300 people, Airbus and all 300 plus people will be there. So, but the airplane will be going thousands of speed, isn't it? So the speed will be thousands of the thousands in that in kilometer it the covers per hour. And just imagine every individual in airplane is limited to his body weight. Everyone is there and we are limited, and we have our own pace, right? So someone who walks to the bathroom, or someone someone runs, or still whatever it is there, airplane is stable and it is moving. So, and it is moving at a speed of thousands of kilometers per hour, isn't it? So we have to understand, individually we can't move with that speed, but we are all collectively we are moving that speed, because we are all individuals there in the airplane, and we are all sitting in one airplane. And with that speed it is possible, is only because of we are all someone is sitting, someone is walking, someone is doing all those things. With our own power, if we want to go, we can't go, but the whole machine is going to take us to such level, such a speed, and this thing. So you may dance inside the airplane, you may run inside the airplane, you do all in a plane, but still the stability of airplane is not disturbed. So, but if all the 100 people are going at sitting at one place, then automatically stability will change. So we have to understand here. Dhruva also as a 5 years old child. So what was his weight? Probably some 25, 30 kgs. A small boy, 5 years old boy. So since he had taken shelter of Lord Vishnu, his weight also started equaling to Lord Vishnu's weight. So if a person becomes a pure devotee and elevates himself to that spiritual consciousness, such a kind of person can change the world. Such a kind of person can change the world's consciousness also into God consciousness. So very much important. Like Srila Prabhupada was such a great pure devotee, and he was so elevated in the spiritual consciousness. And then he practically he changed so many people's lives just by he talking, conversing, association. So, so Dhruva pushed down the earth and with his with his toe unknowingly. So, what happened after that? So, we'll discuss further in our next session. What happened to the earth, and what Dhruva further took steps to really achieve his goal, and all those things we'll see in our next session, same Monday. And if something is there, we'll inform you well ahead of the time. Anyone has any questions, we can discuss, else we can end the session.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
Uh,
Krishna.
Prabhuji, I need to understand one thing. During that chanting, we feel some bhava, and that bhava is a different mode. Sometimes it's full of love, sometimes it's a surrender, sometimes it's doubtful also. Like the bhava which comes sometime in my heart, and I get goosebumps like I'm doing this chanting last many years, but still I don't know whether this is reached to you or not, or I'm doing something nonsense which is already I'm doing last 40 years. So this doubt tell everything coming, and suddenly that small prayer comes to that bhava to accept it. I don't know how to do that, even though I don't have so strong faith in my guru or those words, but it's like nothing is visible. I am in darkness completely. So such kind things are coming, and uh, the that mode is goes in brain very differently, and all sudden slowly it's move out. So how I understand, is it atmanivedan we can call, or is it something different?
No, for me to understand, is it that your moods are fluctuating is a problem? What is your problem, right?
No, it's like I'm going in the right way, or is it still my mind is agitation is more? That I want to understand.
See, one thing I want to tell you, don't try to
Yes.
understand your mind. Mind, you can't never understand. Your mind only cheats you. It thinks that you understood it. It only cheats
Oh,
you. So please, what we have to understand here is you have to follow Guru Sadhu Shastras. So very importantly, when see, because now faith, you're saying about the faith. Forget about the faith. At least you should have belief. You believe that this process will help me. So you should increase your belief. So then the faith will start increasing more and more. So you believe something because you have seen something. You believe something because you have heard something. You believe something because you have experienced something. So for that you have to have lot of knowledge and experience. One in the material, one is book knowledge, one is the outside knowledge, what experience in the outside world. So when you have this two, so that's what always you should be amidst devotees. When you stay amidst devotees, you learn many things. You learn, how their conviction and how their the faith is so strong, and you'll also get into that process. So staying amidst the devotees or having a good association around you. And the second one is you should always a swadhyaya. One is anyway you're chanting and all those things you're doing. So we should increase our knowledge by when you increase our knowledge by how Krishna is great, how what is the position of a jiva, how so when we read Bhagavatam every day, Bhagavad Gita every day, Nityam Bhava Sevaya, then you'll get that conviction. Avashya Krite Krishna, Vishwasa Balava Drudam. So this Vishwasa, when you become Druda, very, very strong, then automatically then your mind gives lot of such the kind of the gimmick. It start giving lot of trouble saying that, oh, this is not good, that is not good, how to believe, and all those things. But if you go with the process, go with the process. So association and your reading can really help you to overcome your mind disturbances, agitations of your mind. Otherwise, it's never ending. So don't try to read some book how to control mind, how to control senses and all. It is not our principle, not our philosophy. Our philosophy is just always remember the Lord's pastimes, activities, glories, devotees, and the association. And this is what Sarve Gunasatra Samasutaya Sura Hara Vaktasya Kuto Mahadguna. And this is the one which can help you get all the good qualities of the demigods. So the process is very powerful. Just like Prabhupada, you should read Prabhupada Lilamrita, how he preached this Westerners, and immediately they took up, and because they were seeing success in their life, happiness in their life, progress in their life, and that's how this whole thing became such a wonderful movement. So Prabhupada himself has shown in his life that how by taking this process, you will be successful completely. So don't think about the mind activities and just think of whether you are wrong or right also, that you should never think about it, because you should start now, you have a belief. Either you have to believe that you are a Hindu, or you have to believe you are atheist, or you have to believe you are you are agnostic, or something like that. So now you know that you are a Hindu, and you know that this process is very good because my ancestors have followed it, and this is very much true to me also. Probably some examples or some experience you might also undergone that have strengthened your faith. So now you should not really think about which is right, which is wrong, which is that, which is this. Rather than that, just go with the process. You sincerely you strengthen that process. You seriously, sincerely, you strengthen that process, then obviously you will get the result. So success will be there. That is sure. So it takes time. Prabhupada gives. Then a woman can't have the child immediately after marriage. She has to wait for some time. So Prabhupada gives there's some examples like that. So immediately you can't get in the engineering college, you will not get a job. You have to go through this whole process, and with your talent and all those things, it will come. So similarly, spiritual life is also like that. You should wait for some time. You have to go through the process. It may be 10 years or 15 years, 20 years, according to my sincerity and according to my steadiness, my perseverance, my seriousness. So in this way, when you start progressing, definitely you will feel that. Otherwise, how, for your example, the last time I also said how 200 brahmacharis who are staying in our ashram are staying peacefully. Uh, So very much important that and there is a unless until you don't stay with a group of devotees and you do swadhyaya and do sadhana and seva and all those things, then very difficult to really come out of the mind's clutches. Otherwise, mind always creates some problems. So having said this, thank you all so much for your patient hearing. And next sessions we'll have, and we'll have more discussion on this. Thank you all. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.